Hey, hi. Today we do the question number 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is the homework. The answer we will discuss now. Then you check your answer. First, you do yourself first. You do yourself. After you do, then check your answer with this video. Okay. We read the question number 4. We read question number 4. On 1st January 2018, Sam purchased new office equipment costing 8,000 on credit from C Limited. On credit means we haven't paid. On credit means we haven't paid. Prepare a journal entry to record the purchase. Narrative is required, so we need to record this. So since we buy a new office equipment, office equipment is your asset. Office equipment is your asset. Asset increase. Office equipment is asset. When asset increase, it will be recorded in the debit side. And we we buy the office equipment, but we didn't pay. If we didn't pay, so we owe the C Limited. We owe the C Limited. Since we owe the C Limited is my liability. When my liability increase, it will be in a credit side. So we go right January 1, debit office equipment, 8,000, credit C Limited, 8,000. Then you need to write the narrative, because narrative are required. Okay. Purchase office equipment on credit. Purchase office equipment on credit. That's the first narrative. Okay, now we continue. The new office equipment was expected to use 5 years, and then the residual value is 2,000. Okay. Sam was undecided about which method depreciation to use for the office equipment. So he haven't decided. So required, calculate the annual depreciation only for 1 year using straight line method. So what is the formula for straight line method? We have two formula for straight line method. First one will be cost minus residual value divide with the useful years. Another one is cost times with the percentage. Based on the information given to us, we will use the first formula. So how much is my cost? My cost is 8,000 minus with residual value, which is 2,000, divide with 5. So 8,000 minus 2,000, we get, give me 1 minute, I take my calculator. Okay, I take my 8,000 minus with 2,000, divide 5. I get 1,200. So my depreciation is 1,200. Okay, next one is calculate the depreciation for the first year. Office equipment using reducing balance method. 20% per annum. So for reducing balance method, there's only one formula for reducing balance method. We take the cost minus with accumulated depreciation, then times with the percentage. Okay, my cost is 8,000. 8,000 minus this. Since this is the first year, what is the accumulated depreciation? The previous year's total of the previous year's depreciation. Accumulated depreciation means the total of the previous year's depreciation. So since this is the first year, I don't have any accumulated depreciation. I don't have any previous year's depreciation. So 8,000 minus with the 0 times with 20%. You will get a depreciation under the reducing balance method. So 8,000 minus 0 times 20%, I get 1,600. Okay, this is answer for question number 4. Check your answer. Any problem, you can message to me. Okay, this is question number 5. We read the question. Jamil started a business on the 1st January 2014. He considered using straight line method to depreciate all his non-current asset. Okay, required A, name one other method Jamal could use to depreciate his non-current asset. Okay, he can use reducing balance method, or you can say another answer. Another answer can be revaluation. Either one is acceptable. Okay, it's either reducing balance method, revaluation. They're altogether 3 methods. They're altogether got 3 methods. One is straight line. Second one is reducing balance method. Third one, revaluation method. So you write either one lah. You just write up either one. The next one, B. Suggest 2 reasons why straight line method would not be suitable method to depreciate to the hand tool used in a Jamal's factory. Okay, first thing is a hand tool. Okay, what is a hand tool? Hand tool is a small item. It's a small item. Hand tool is a small item, which is, it is not normally practical to keep a detailed record. You get how many small item in your company, like example nut, you get how many nuts in your company. We cannot calculate one by one. So if you want to use a straight line method, you need to have a very detailed record, how many item that you have and how much is each item. Then only we can calculate depreciation using straight line method. Okay, whenever for hand tools, we cannot keep a detailed record. So we cannot use straight line method. Okay, one reason why cannot use a straight line method. It is not practical to keep detailed record on hand tools of hand tools matter. Okay, this is one reason. It's not practical, or it is too expensive to keep the detail of the end tools. Okay, another one is in a straight line, the concept on the straight line is the depreciation will be depreciate every year, will be same amount, depreciate in the same amount. But hand tools does not, okay, do not depreciate by an equal amount each year. Okay, that's another answer. Do not depreciate by an equal amount each year. Okay, but the straight line method will be depreciate in an equal amount. That's why the name is straight line. But hand tools, the best method to use for hand tool is revaluation method. We just as a total, we will revalue that particular asset. Okay, we continue. Jamil decided to depreciate his office machinery 20% using straight line method. Calculate month by month basis from the date of purchases to the date of disposal. Okay, can you see this? Okay, calculate month by month basis. Okay, what is month by month basis? Okay, this percentage is actually 20% per annum. Per annum means for 1 year. Per annum means for 1 year. For 1 year, we will depreciate 20%. But if not enough, it is only 6 months. If it is, we need to check whether that particular asset we bought for 1 year or not. If not enough, if less than 1 year, then we need to calculate how many months. We need to calculate the depreciation according to the month. Okay, we try to do this. I'll show you. He provide the following information. 2014, January 1, purchase the office machine A, 15,000 paying by check. Okay, good. 2016, October 1, purchase office machine B, 18,000 paying by check. Good. Okay. Now I want to answer question B. This question B asked me to calculate the depreciation, on the 31st December 2016. So what I'm going to do is I stop here first. Okay, let me include this one only for my 2016. For the next one is actually 2017. 2017, the question heaven asks you to do calculate 2017. So we just do the 2016 first. Okay, 2016 until 2016. Until 2016 means the 2014 included in the 2016. Yes, if you haven't sell the asset you bought in 2014, but until 2016 you didn't sell, it means it's still with you. So I will calculate depreciation for machine A and machine B for the year ended 2016. So first one, 2000 first machine A. For machine A, I calculate 15,000 times with how many percentage? 20%. Times with 20%. So 15,000 times 20%, we get 3,000. After that, next one, depreciation for motor vehicle, office machine B. How much? 18,000. 18,000 times with the same 20%. Am I done? No. Can you check the date or not? 31st December. Now we are calculating depreciation for 31st December, and we bought this asset, we bought this office machine on the 1st October 2016. Did I use the machine B for 1 year? Did I use the machine B for 1 year? No. I bought on the October, and then now today's date is 31st December. So how long I use the asset? Because this 20% for 1 year, did I use for 1 year? No. We use only for, calculate, October, November, December, only 3 months. So you need to times with 3/12. Why 3/12? Because this percentage for 12 months, but out of the 12 months, I only use the asset for 3 months only. So this we need to times with 3/12. So we get how much the asset depreciate only for 3 months. When you use the asset, then only the asset will be depreciate. Okay, that's why I take only the how many months I use the asset. That's a month we need to calculate the depreciation. So 18,000 times with 20% times with 3/12. I get 900. So my second motor vehicles, second office furnitures depreciation is 900. So the total 3,000 plus 900, 3,900. Good. Okay, next one. Calculate the depreciation. On office machinery for the year ended 31st December 2017. Show the calculation, insert your answer in the space provided. Okay, now 2017. Okay, now asset 2017. What are the assets that you have? We need to check the question. Can we go back to the question? Okay. We read the 2017 July 1. Purchase office machine C, 20,000. New machine on credit from XY Limited. XY Limited agreed to accept office machine A in a part exchange at the value of 6,000. Or it means you sell the A and buy C. Understand now? You sell the A and buy C. So now I'm going to calculate the depreciation. Okay, in the year 2017, let me do this table. In the year of 2017, on the 1st January, I have machine A and machine B. Okay, on the 1st January, because machine A I bought in 2014, carry forward, carry forward, carry forward until the 1st January of 2017. And this one I bought on 2016, October 1st, and then it's carry forward for 2017, January 1. Okay, and then on the 1st, what is the date? 1st July, on the 1st July, I bought a motor vehicle C. I bought a motor vehicle C. So now my question is, for the year 2017, asset A, you use how many months? You use how many months? Okay. According to the question here, they say they accept motor vehicle A as an exchange for the machine C. It means they sell the machine A on the 1st July. So machine A with me on the year 2017, for the year 2017, machine A with me from 1st January until the 1st July. On the 1st July, I sell the motorway machine A. I sell the machine A. Okay, so how many months? January, February, March, April, May, June. Do you calculate July? No, because since it's the 1st July, so until 30th June only. So machine A with me only for 6 months. With me 6 months. After that, machine B. You buy the machine B on the 2016 and carry forward 2017. Do you sell or do anything with the B? No, it's still with you. So it means this is full year. Until the 31st December, the machine B is still with me. And how about the machine C? When did you buy the machine C? You buy the machine C on the 1st July. You buy the machine C on the 1st July. So it started, okay, with your company on the 1st July. So 1st July until what is the date you calculate the depreciation? 31st December. So how long? How long the machine C with you? Start from 1st July. You use the 1st July, August, September, October, November, December. Only 6 months. So machine C only with you 6 months. So we'll calculate the depreciation for A. Depreciation for A is only for 6 months because you only use machine A only for 6 months in the year of 2017. But machine B will be 12 months, full year. 12 months, full year. So we just calculate the full depreciation for B. But for C, we only use for 6 months, the last 6 months. So we calculate the depreciation only for 6 months. Understand? Okay, based on this, I'll go to my calculation. Machine A. Can you check how much is what is the cost of the machine? Machine A is 15,000. I write here 15,000 times with 20%, right? And then need to times with 6/12. Why 6/12? I use the machine A only for 6 months in the year of 2017. 6/12. So I get 1,500. Machine B. Machine B is 18,000. 18,000 times with 20%. Do you need to times with the how many months? No need. Why no need? Because in the year of 2017, machine B I use for full year. But last year, I just bought on the October. So October to December, only 3 months. Last year I used only for 3 months. So I times 3/12. But the following year, 2017, I use for full year. So I no need to times with the any months. If you want times also can, 12/12, which is give you same answer. So no need to times that. So 18,000 times 20%. I get 3,600. And then office machine C. Office machine C is 20,000. And how long you use the asset on the year? 2017 is only 6 months. So I go here, I write 20,000 times with 20% times with 6/12. 6/12. We only use for 6 months. So 20,000 times 20% times 6/12. I get 2,000. So we plus together 1,500 plus 3,600 plus 2,000. I get 7,100. 7,100. That's my total depreciation for the year 2017. And what is this? The 6,000. 6,000 is the resell value. Okay, we sell of this price lah. We sell the asset for this price. This one don't include in the depreciation calculation of depreciation. This one don't include in the calculation of depreciation. This one will record it in my cash book because I received this much of money. Okay, that's it for question number 5. Next one, we will do question number 6. Okay, question number 6. Deepak is a manufacturer. His financial year ends on 30th November. Deepak depreciate all his non-current asset at the end of each year. Very good. Explain how providing depreciation of non-current asset, application of the prudence. Okay, if you can remember, depreciation, there's a two type of, we record in the two places. One, we will record in the depreciation. Another one is accumulated depreciation. We have a depreciation and we have an accumulated depreciation. Okay, every year we will plus one depreciation, example 1,000 here and then 1,000 here, plus another 1,000. There will be another 1,000 here, then this one will become 2,000. Another 1,000 in the depreciation, accumulate will be 3,000, so on until we use the asset, until we sell the asset actually. Okay, now basically depreciation is my expenses. Accumulated depreciation will be asset minus. Okay, now expenses will be recorded in the income statement. Expenses will be recorded in the income statement, and the accumulated depreciation, since it need to minus the asset, since accumulated depreciation need to minus the asset, we will record in the statement of financial position. So if we got this, if you understand this, then prudence got two things on it. Prudence will justify two things. One is not overstate asset, not overstate the profit. So by recording the depreciation, as expenses, in an income statement, so your profit not going to be overstate. Okay. So by providing depreciation to ensure that the profit for the year not overstated in income statement. Okay, exam rightful in an income statement. That's the first point. They gave you 2 marks, right? So you need to talk 2 points. First one is to ensure that the profit for the year is not overstated in the income statement. Okay, second one, you can talk about to ensure that the non-current asset, exam rightful non-current asset are not overstated in the statement of financial position. Okay, by providing depreciation, you record as expenses, so your profit in the income statement not overstated. By providing accumulated depreciation, you will go and minus the asset. So in a statement of financial position, you're not overstating the asset also, which are specifically non-current asset. Okay, this is the application of the prudence in our financial statement. Okay, we continue. Deepak depreciate his motor vehicle using reducing balance method. Okay, 20% per annum. on all motor vehicle held at the end of each financial year. No depreciation is charged in the year of disposal. Okay, see, just now we got C. They are we calculate by month. We calculate by month. We calculate how many months one by one, and then we times X 6/12 or 7/12 like that. Okay, but now the question here say depreciation. All motor vehicle they will calculate depreciation on the vehicle that held at the end of each financial year. Held at end of each financial year. It means they will calculate by year. By year means you just no need to care about. You no need to care about how many months. Okay, we need to read the question now. If the question say by month, then only we calculate how many months. Okay, if the question say held at the end of each financial year, they're going to calculate the depreciation by year. By year. So you just don't care about when you buy, how many months and everything. It's much more easier. Okay, we continue. 1st December 2015, Deepak owned motor vehicle A, which had a cost 40,000 and had been depreciated 14,400. So this 14,400 is my accumulated depreciation for motor vehicle A, accumulated depreciation. On the 1st August 2016, Deepak purchased motor vehicle B on credit from ZY Motors, 50,000. This is the brand new motor vehicle. Okay, prepare journal entry to record purchases of motor vehicle B. Narrative is not required. Okay, very good. So I buy the motor vehicle B. Did I pay? No, I didn't pay. They say on credit. If it is on credit, I owe these people. So motor vehicle B will be my asset. Whenever my asset increase, it will be in a debit side. Okay, and ZY Motors is my liability. Whenever my liability, because I buy, I didn't pay. I buy, I didn't pay. So my liability increase. When my liability increase, it will be in a credit side. It will be in a credit side. So I go to my journal. Debit will be motor vehicle. How much is my motor vehicle? 50,000. Credit will be ZY Motors. My ZY Motors is 50,000. And the narrative is not required, so you don't need to write the narrative. Okay, next one. Calculate the depreciation of the motor vehicle A each 2 years, 2016 and 2017. They asked me to calculate depreciation for the year 2016 and 2017. Okay, first, do you remember the formula for what method they are using? What method they are using? They are using reducing balance method. Okay, what is the formula for reducing balance method? Do you remember? Take the cost minus accumulated depreciation and then times with the percentage. What is the percentage for this question? They say 20%. Times with 20%. So I'm going to calculate for 2016 and 2017. Okay, 2016. How much the cost for motor vehicle A? 40,000. 40,000 minus accumulated depreciation. Do you have any accumulated depreciation for motor vehicle A? So let me go check. Yes, they already give me the balance of depreciated. 14,400 is my accumulated depreciation. Times with 20%. So I take 40,000 minus 14,400 times 20%. I get 5120. I get 5120. After that, for the year 2017, 40,000 minus how much? 14,400 plus 5120. Okay, the total depreciation for now is 19,520 times with 20%. 40,000 minus 19,520 times 20%, I get 4096. That's my depreciation for each year. Can I not? Okay, now next question. Next one, the question asked me to calculate. Next one, the question asked me to calculate for motor vehicle B for 2016 and 17. Same thing. Okay, 2016 2017. The formula, same formula. Okay, how much the cost? For motor vehicle B, the cost is 50,000. Cost is 50,000. How much the accumulated depreciation? The accumulated depreciation is 0. Why I'm telling it's 0? Why I'm telling this 0? Because this is the first year. Now only you're going to calculate depreciation for motor vehicle B. Okay, but it's different for motor vehicle A. Motor vehicle A, I don't know. Last time we already bought a motor vehicle A. Okay, that's why they have a balance of the accumulated depreciation. But now the motor vehicle B today, now only this year only we bought the motor vehicle B. So there's no accumulated depreciation for motor vehicle B. So 50,000 minus 0 times with 20%. So 50,000 times 20%, I get 10,000. Okay, the following year, 50,000 minus 10,000, the previous year's depreciation, which is the accumulated depreciation. 50,000 minus 10,000 times with 20%. So times with 20%, I get 8,000. 8,000 will be my depreciation for motor vehicle B in the second year. Okay, that's it for question number 6. Question number 6. After this, we'll do question number 7. Question number 7. Sonia started a business on the 1st January 2015. She decided on the following depreciation policy. Motor vehicle were depreciated at 25. Motor vehicle depreciated 25% per annum using reducing balance method, and equipment to be depreciated 10% per annum on the straight line method. A full year depreciation to be provided. Okay, as I told you, okay, we got two ways, right? One is a monthly basis, another one is yearly basis. So this one is a monthly basis or yearly basis. The question say full year. Full year means it is yearly basis. If it is a yearly basis, much more easier, much more easy. No need to calculate how many months on. Okay, so we continue. So wait, equipment, and we have motor vehicle A, motor vehicle B. Okay, what the question asked me? Required. Okay, what is the meaning of it? We see the table. Sonia provides the following information about her purchase of the asset. A purchase of the asset. It means on the 2015, she bought 30,000. She bought a 30,000 motor vehicle A, and also she bought a equipment 28,000. Okay, in the year of 2016, she bought motor vehicle B and also another equipment of 18,000. So now I want to know what are the assets that they have, or the asset they have on the 2015. On the 2015, they have a motor vehicle A and also equipment. Okay, equipment, which is the value. Motor vehicles 30,000. Equipment is 28,000. And then in the year of 2016, what are the assets that they have? First one, did they have a motor vehicle A? Yes, they still have a motor vehicle A with them, 30,000. And then they buy another motor vehicle B, which is 20,000. And also they have an equipment of 28,000, and then they buy another one, 18,000. So this is their balance asset that they have. The balance asset they have. Okay, first one will on the 2015 will be motor vehicle A and equipment, and 2016 motor vehicle A, B, and also equipment. Complete the following table. Indicate with a tick in which column of the trial balance each ledger account would be appear. Okay, equipment is my asset. Asset will be in a debit side, so it will be debit. Okay, provision for depreciation. Provision for depreciation is asset minus, right? It's reduce the provision for depreciation is actually accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation. Another name is a provision for depreciation. Okay, so the asset minus means it will be in a credit side. Okay, question number B. Complete the following table showing the depreciation charges accumulated depreciation, and also net book value of the different asset on the dates shown. A space provided for your working. Okay, let me clarify this. Clarify this. What is depreciation? Depreciation only for 1 year. 1 year loss in value. How much the 1 year loss in value? Accumulated depreciation is a total depreciation. Okay, total depreciation from the day that you buy until that today's. Okay, net book value. You remember what is the formula to calculate net book value? The formula to calculate net book value is you take the cost minus accumulated depreciation. Cost minus accumulated depreciation, you will get a net book value. Net book value. So you make sure you're clear on these three different depreciation, how much the loss value for this year only. Accumulated depreciation is the total depreciation from previous years until this year. Net book value is cost minus accumulated depreciation. Cost minus accumulated depreciation, you get net book value. So now for motor vehicle A, depreciation charge. They want depreciation charge for motor vehicle A in the year of 2015. So I go check depreciation for motor vehicle A. Motor vehicle A is 30,000. Motor vehicle A is 30,000. And how much the percentage? 25%. 25%. So I go here for motor vehicle here. I take 25, sorry, 30,000. 30,000 times with 25%. 30,000 times 25%. You get 7,500. 7,500. Okay, now. Okay, after that, I want to calculate for equipment on the year 2015. On the year of 2015, equipment. So go check equipment on the 2015 is 28,000. What is the percentage? 10%. 10%. So again here. 28,000, 10%. 28,000 times 10%. I get 2,800. 2,800. Okay. Then they want net book value. Second one, they want net book value. How to calculate net book value? Take the cost. The cost is 30,000. 30,000 minus with depreciation 7,500. So 30,000 minus 7,500, I get 22,500. 22,500 is your net book value for vehicle A 2015. And then equipment. 28,000 minus 2,800. Minus 2,800, I get 25,200. 25,200 is your net book value for the 2015. Okay, now we're going to calculate depreciation on the year of 2016. Depreciation on the year of 2016. Okay, depreciation only for the current year. Only for the current year. So 2016, I go check here. What are the assets that I have? 2016. This one I buy one. So the balance asset that with me is I have a motor vehicle A, I have a motor vehicle B. I need to calculate for the both motor vehicle. I need to calculate the depreciation for the both motor vehicle. So I go here. I think this one calculation I put here. For motor vehicle A, for motor vehicle B. For motor vehicle A, how much is the motor vehicle A? 30,000. Need to minus with 7,500 because they're using reducing balance method. So 30,000 minus 7,500 times with 20%, 25%, times with 25%. 30,000 minus 7,500 times 25%. I get 5625. 5625. So answer 5625. For motor vehicle B, why I didn't calculate for motor vehicle B in the 2015, because on the 2015 we didn't buy. That's why it's no need to calculate. So now for motor vehicle B, how much is the motor vehicle B? Motor vehicle B is 20,000. No depreciation, so minus 0 times with 25%. Equal to 5,000. So answer here will be 5,000. Okay, next one for equipment. For equipment, we will calculate here how much equipment that you have. You have a 2 equipment already. So now we have 28,000 and also 18,000. 2 equipment. I calculate separately, then I add together. I have first one 28,000 times with 10%, and then 18,000 is it? Yeah. 18,000 times with 10%. So you get the answer, you add together, that's your answer. 2,800, 1,800, you add together, I get 4,600. That's my depreciation for this. Okay, next one, the question asked me to calculate accumulated depreciation. How to calculate accumulated depreciation? You total up all the depreciation. Okay, last year was 7,500. This year was 5,625. I add together 7,500 plus 5,625. I get I show the calculation 7,500 plus 5,625. I get the answer 13,125. For motor vehicle B, there's only one, so straight away write 5,000, nothing to plus, nothing to minus. Okay, for equipment, we have 2. Last year was 2,800. This year was 4,800. So if you plus together 2,800 plus 4,600, 4,600, sorry, then you get answer 7,400. Okay, last one, they asked for net book value. How to calculate net book value? You take a cost, how much the cost, the original cost, which is the 30,000. Original cost is 30,000 minus with the total depreciation asset now is 13,000, sorry, 30,000 under 25. 13,000 under 25. You get 16,875. After that, for motor vehicle B, the cost is 20,000. 20,000 minus 5,000. You get 15,000. After that, for motor vehicle, for equipment, we have 28,000 plus with 18,000 minus 7,400. We have two assets now. We add together 28,000 plus 18,000 minus 7,400. I get 38,600. Okay, that's it. Answer for question number 7. Okay, this is a little bit long, so try to redo again. If you don't understand, you can message me. Thank you.